Like there was another event. There was an event at the tunnel. They used to have this event called Hot Night Backstage. Hot 97 used to throw the event at the tunnel, and we had a run-in with them there. You know what I'm saying? And I was there for that.
With the bad boy camp.
So I can speak about it. It was like with the Junior Mafia and blah 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 and that shit. And it was a situation where we were all boot camp. Were already banned from Hot 97. It was like
fire.
Like we was dead. We wasn't even supposed to be in there, right? You understand what I'm saying? But we had some people actually liked us or whatever. Drew Howard was able to call a couple of favors, and we had a couple of you know what I mean? A few of us in there. It was 6 of us. It was Smith and Wesson, me. Ruck was barred. He couldn't go.
They wasn't fucking with Sean.
They was not fucking with Sean P. Right? Buckshot and Buck's brother, and we was in there, and we had a run-in with the Junior Mafia. It didn't get violent. You understand what I'm saying? It was a bunch of words, a bunch of posturing, and all of that. Like it could have went, and they had numbers. We would have probably lost that night, right? But anyway, security, intervened. They seen the scene building and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that happened. And even that night, I hated the way that night turned. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It was weird, right? So then the next incident that happened was what happened to Strang, and somebody, alerted Junior Mafia niggas to the fact that boot camp was in the D&D studio at a certain time, and niggas ran. And I was in the studio that night, but I left. We used to have this thing called pulling the ruck. It was basically the Irish goodbye. Ruck was
just dip.
Yeah, Ruck made it. He made that shit famous. We didn't even know it was such a thing. So we called it pulling the Ruck.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's annoying to have to say goodbye.
Right.
It's like
years later, he was like, I did that because you niggas would be if I'm leaving, you're gonna be like, nah, you either try to get me to stay or feel like y'all gotta leave too. Yeah. So I'm gonna do y'all all a favor and myself, and I'm gonna just get the fuck out of here. So we just started calling it pulling the ruck, and eventually we all started doing it. Niggas like, yo, where you was at, Rock? I pulled the ruck, and niggas just got it, right? I pulled the ruck that night. I was on the phone in the studio with a chick. Salute to her, my homegirl, because we used to date back then, and she put together the right combination of words, and I was out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I left, but if I would have stayed, I'm almost sure the outcome would have been worse.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and the outcome wasn't good.
And they caught him slipping outside the stew?
No, in the studio.
In the stew. Okay.
In the studio, like in the studio, and where you got to get buzzed in and all of that shit.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
somebody
let them niggas in, and this, that, and the third. And yeah, so that's why I don't like talking about it.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.